That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best.
That's pretty damn good. Now, he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of we ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best. Music, glory to God. Terence Crawford has become a beast in training, and even Roy Jones Jr. has just expressed his shock. Crawford has been wild, especially since the press conference was over. Music, applause, music. While many thought he was intimidated by Canelo's confidence, Terence Crawford made it fuel his determination even more. And he's been showing it more in the training camp, with his trainers specifically demanding more from him in the gym. Talking about his training in an interview, Roy Jones Jr. said, "Canelo has clear advantages over Crawford, but Crawford's coming with so much confidence, and he's training like it. I saw some clips the other day, and this guy now hits harder than ever. His shape and speed make him look like it's still 147 for boxing. How does that go down? Just break it down for us a little bit. We want to see it obviously happen. I ain't going to break it down to you. Strategy is me leading with my hand, Rose and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, some sums it up, and in a little bit of Terence Crawford means business for the Canelo fight, and he's shown it with the insane training footage that's got fans and boxing professionals talking. Crawford has gotten the right weight, right methods, right techniques to fight Canelo Alvarez. All that's left is to see how he copes in the ring on fight night. Crawford has released some first training footage as he starts to make his preparations, where he's shadowboxed in the ring. Music. The American let his hands go, showing off his variety of skills, including a crisp jab and some sharp combinations. Noticeably in the footage, Crawford's physique looked bulkier, a clear sign he is already in the process of making the fighting weight, and the boxing fraternity have been left with differing opinions on his current condition. One wrote, "Sharp as hell. He went up in weight, gained more power, and maintained his speed." Another agreed, "He's looking good. Looks like he's going to try and outbox Canelo. He can certainly win the fight that way. Heat. Music," one even added, "Crawford looks super sharp and smooth as usual. He's going to get the win. Canelo is slower." Others weren't so convinced, with some suggesting, "Looks to have lost his speed. Looks slower. This could be bad." A user concurred, adding, "Looks slow, old, and nearly 40. Canelo will retire him." And a final fan concluded, "I'm not counting him out, but he looks slow in this division." Music. It remains to be seen just how Crawford will look come fight night. The American fought at his natural limit of 147 pounds for several years, but is already a 4-weight world champion. But victory over Alvarez could cement his name as a true great. And he has already entered camp with 3 months until the career-defining night. But he has shown he is capable of overcoming challenges, including in his tough world title victory on points over Madrimov last year. Alvarez holds natural size advantages over his rival and will be an expected favorite come fight night. Music, but he too struggled in his last outing. Unable to break down Williams' skull despite becoming undisputed champion again in May. Crawford knows victory will be the best of his time in the professional ranks and the biggest statement imaginable. And he believes there are some of his own advantages that will help him beat the Mexican man. "We're going to see come fight time what my advantage is." He said, "I'm the type of guy who likes to feel my fighters out and adjust to what they're doing. I think that's my greatest attribute, to be able to figure out every opponent I've faced thus far. I'm looking to do the same come fight time when the Canelo fight happens. I'm going to feel great at 168 pounds. I don't need to worry about the weight. I know I'm going to feel great. Music. Two-weight undisputed champion Terence Crawford faces the biggest test of his career as he gears up to take on two-time undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez on September 13 in Las Vegas. The greatest mind games he's played in the preparation for Canelo has been the denial of him actively training for the fight. In a recently released Ring magazine video featuring Dana White, Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Canelo, and Crawford himself, the topic of training came up. When Brady asked Crawford how hard he was preparing, the response was unexpected. "I'm not training hard. I'm not even training really." He explained that he was avoiding early burnout. "When I go to the gym, I give it my all. I don't want to be overtrained. I want to save it all for the fight. Right now, I'm not training hard. I'm not even training really, you know. I don't want to overtrain because me personally, when I go in the gym, I get my all and I don't want to burn myself out." While surprising, Crawford's approach may be more calculated than careless. He cited strength work and recovery over constant high-intensity sessions. His strategy stands in contrast to fighters like George Kambosos Jr., who was hospitalized for exhaustion just before a scheduled fight. Overtraining is real, and Crawford seems determined not to fall into that trap. However, there's important context behind his remarks. The video clip was actually filmed before Canelo's May 3 fight against William Skull, suggesting Crawford's lighter training phase was likely months ago. Since then, signs indicate a clear ramp-up in intensity. Last week, Crawford arrived in Riyadh for a press conference and was seen training at the Mike Tyson gym. "I ain't scared as, and you going to find that out. As you seen the last press, we'll see when I walked you down when you were supposed to be the bigger man." "Yeah. Hey, you say that because you fighting with nobody and you obviously look like a great fighter, but you're going to find out September 13th this is going to be different for you and it's going to be different from you as well. And the new question for the last fighters that you fought." In footage shared by Ring magazine, he completed a full workout including shadowboxing, heavy bag drills, jump rope, and core exercises. The visit signaled that training is now in full swing with Crawford looking sharp and focused. Interestingly, Crawford has not asked for catchweight clauses, rehydration limits, or even a rematch clause. "I want him at his best," he said of Alvarez. Confident in his preparation and skills, Crawford is leaving no room for excuses. "Win or lose. They ain't on my level. I fought everybody. The last fighters you fought since everybody. Mention me one. You mention one elite fighter. Just one. You. Oh, me. It's going to be me. I don't care about anybody else. And you will see that you. So when I beat you, is you going to be a nobody? When I step a mud hole in your ass, is you going to be a nobody? You going to be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch. Same that everybody else been saying since I moved to one." As the bout draws closer, questions remain about whether this approach will give him an edge or leave him unprepared. One thing is certain, Terence Crawford is betting that patience and precision will carry him to greatness. The big fight between the undefeated Terence "Bud" Crawford and Mexican Canelo Alvarez, scheduled for September 13 in Las Vegas, will not only capture the attention of the boxing world because of its magnitude, but also because of growing speculation about Crawford's future beyond this historic bout. Authoritative voices within his circle, including an influential member of the Mayweather dynasty, suggest that a victory over Canelo could mean the end point of a career. Your answer right there. How terrorist. What do you think about? I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo, you know. I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports boxing other than myself. And I would just, despite the importance of the fight, Terence Crawford has kept a low profile regarding his post-fight plans. During a recent Qantas session with fans in Sydney, Australia, Bud expressed his total focus on the present. "I don't eat before I have the food on my table, so right now I'm at 168 to fight Canelo, and that's the only thing I'm thinking about right now." However, the most blunt statements come from Jeff Mayweather, a renowned trainer and uncle of Floyd Mayweather Jr. In a recent video shared by the Mayweather channel, Mayweather Sr. made a prediction about Crawford's fate. "I think if he beats Canelo, I think that will be enough for him. Just like that, fight in another grade. That's it. I think it'll be the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today. Terence, one thing as well, one of your former opponents, and I know you said hi to him yesterday, Amir Khan was here. Obviously, there is rumors and he actually said that he's speaking to Jake Paul's team today for a potential matchup. There's talks with him and KSI as well." When asked if Crawford would retire after a possible victory over Canelo, Jeff Mayweather did not hesitate. "I think so. I think that would probably be one of the greatest achievements in boxing, a guy moving up 3 weight classes. If making boxing history isn't enough, Terence Crawford will also earn a hefty sum of money for his fight against Canelo Alvarez. The boxer is estimated to earn around $10 million. The figure is so high that it could even be another factor in thinking about retirement.